Well, let f equal this stuff. G is the inverse of f. I've written it a little bit differently here. Find g prime of 11. Okay, final answer is going to be the slope of the inverse at 11. Now, you might be tempted to say, well, let's just find the inverse of this function. Okay, sure, fine. But I'm grabbing some scrap paper because I know it's not going to work, just saying. So if y equals 1/3 x cubed plus x minus 1, and I wanted to switch x and y, my handwriting gets really sloppy all of a sudden, and I'm going to solve it for y, and I have 1/3 x cubed, y cubed, plus y, and I need to get y by itself. Yeah, good luck now. Good luck with that. Not going to happen. Sorry, it's not. So we can't actually find the inverse, but we can use the little trick that we just learned. Okay, so here's the deal. I want to know, final answer, g prime of 11. It's equal to something. Well, the derivative of the inverse has a slope that is the reciprocal of the derivative of the corresponding point on the original function. What? Okay. I need to know this. I need to know this, and I will reciprocate it to get this answer. But I don't know what corresponds to 11. Okay, let me clarify this and just write a thought process that you don't have to write, but I'm going to. I'm going to write it in black. If I know f prime of whatever equals m, I'm going to hold off on what goes in that blank there because we don't know. Then I know that h prime of 11 equals 1/m, or the reciprocal of that. Okay, this is where this is going. So I need to know the coordinate. Again, this is a thought process. You don't have to write all this down. Of f with an output of 11. Y. Okay. The output of an original function becomes the input of the inverse. G is the inverse. So task number 1, find it. What is it? F of something gives me 11, which means G of 11 gives me that same something. Okay, these are the same blank right here. In other words, I could say that 1/3 x cubed plus x minus 1 equals 11. Okay, again, good luck solving that. Not going to happen. I'd like to. Not going to happen. It's just not. It's cubic, not worth our trouble. But we can graph it. Let's use a calculator on this. Sometimes you can just kind of guess. You can just say, okay, let's try 1. Plug in a 1, see what you get. Plug in a 2, see what you get. Plug in a 3, see what you get. I actually just gave out the answer. And sometimes they're fractions or decimals and crazy things that we don't want to deal with. And you can't just guess like that. So let's go with a much more sure way of doing it. Here's the function, and here's an 11. And I want to see where they meet. So zoom 6, that's a good place to start. So here is the f function. We're not even talking about an inverse right now. And 11, which is not on there, so it's not a good place to start. 11 is way up yonder high, so let's go a little bit higher. Let's go up to 12. Let's do that. And there's our function, and here is 11. Boom. Okay, I need to know the x value right there. It looks like about 3, and it is 3, because I've done this problem before, so I know it. But second in calc, point of intersection, first curve, yep, the blue one. Second curve, yep, the red one. I want to see where blue and red meet, not necessarily politically, although that would be nice. And guess, press enter, and the x value is 3. Okay, here's what this tells me. It's worth singing, apparently. F of 3 equals 11. So x equals 3, right? F of 3 equals 11, so g of 11 equals 3. This is that whole idea that if AB is on the graph of f, then BA is on the graph of f inverse. So if I know that an input of 3 gives me an output of 11 on the original function, then an input of 11 gives me an output of 3 on the inverse. I also know that if AB lies on f of x, if 311 lies on f of x, and f prime of, here we go, filling in some blanks now, 3 is equal to something, then this is going to be the reciprocal of that something. Let's find this. I can find this. I can find this super easy because I know how to do calculus, and so do you. So f prime of x is equal to, well, x squared plus 1. Okay, well, f prime of 3 is equal to 3 squared plus 1, which is 10. Oh, yay, great. This is 10. This is 1/10. Okay, there is a formula that we're going to discover in the next video that is going to always work all the time. It's great. It's wonderful. Sometimes this is more practical. It seemed a little more roundabout, but this is more practical sometimes.